Ever wanted to turn your notes into a dynamic mind map with just a few clicks? Hello and welcome, my name is Matthew Clark and I'll be your host. Today we're talking about Canvas Candy, the latest plugin from TFT Hacker that turns Obsidian Canvas, already one of the most powerful plugins in the ecosystem, and turns it into a powerful mind mapping and process tool that rivals Visio. And stick around to the end of the video to get a bonus use case for Canvas Candy. So before we jump into how to install this game changer, let's go over a few things to quickly watch out for. Not all themes are compatible with Canvas Candy, but it's definitely working with the default theme. And when you zoom out on the Obsidian Canvas, it dynamically shifts the shapes from whatever they are back to squares and rectangles. This is to preserve memory inside Obsidian as it unloads and reloads your notes dynamically. Rest assured, when you zoom in again, they'll all regain their shapes again. And keep watching for the special bonus tip where I talk about how Excalidraw can be leveled up using the Canvas Candy plugin. Let's dive right in. So, to get started using Canvas Candy, you need to head over to TFT Hacker's website, store.tfthacker.com. From here, you have the option for his wonderful Cornell Notes Learning Vault for Obsidian. You also have Canvas Candy, and then you proceed through to pay the $20 to get a hold of it. Full disclosure, TFT Hacker has given me a free copy of this, but I would have bought it anyway. Once you've paid, you'll be sent over to Lemon Squeezy where it will be added to your account there. And from there, click your order and then click download. Once downloaded, you'll get an archive file that you can extract to wherever you like. I'm going to put it onto my desktop. That will give you this vault here. In Obsidian, simply open the folder as a vault and you get presented with the Canvas Candy introduction page. Already you can see a number of things on this page, including a header on our cards, fantastic double border that's only on a couple of the cards, which again is through the CSS, and you have the stickers here as well. Now everything you need to get started inside Canvas Candy is provided inside this vault. It is possible to move these to your existing vault, so you don't have to continue using the learning vault. To do this, you copy your CSS snippet into the learning folder. To do that, click Settings, go to Appearance, scroll down, and you can see CSS snippets here. You can see that the snippet is enabled. To get to the folder where the snippets are enclosed, click on the folder icon here. This will launch an Explorer window in the background, which you can see that is there. You want to take a copy of this one, and then on your existing vault, you want to open it up, click on the settings icon, go back to our appearance tab, scroll on down to our CSS snippets and click on the snippets folder. This opens in the background again, and then simply paste it in here. This is also the method you would do to update your Canvas Candy CSS file in the future. From here, simply make sure that you click on the reload button and then find Canvas Candy and ensure that it's loaded here. Step number 2, you want to copy the vault files. So the vault contains many reference files that you'll find useful. Particularly, you want the stencils and features vault. Right click Show in System Explorer, which will open it in the background. Grab our features and stencils files, go to your normal vault and reveal that one in your System Explorer. And inside here, you want to copy these two folders into the root of your directory. And then using Obsidian, you want to move these to your resources directory, which will then update all of the links as you can see here. Now that you've done that, you don't need TFT Hacker's Vault anymore, but there are helpful tutorials on how to work through each thing as we go. This includes Getting Started, which shows you the borders that you can do inside Canvas Candy and how you would add these decorations to your card, which would be using the CSS class's front matter or property, CC border double, which adds this wonderful little border here. And with the helpful buttons, you can click next to go to each logo or to each next lesson in the tutorial. Now the other options you can do here are around the callouts, which I'll show you how to do on the vault in a second. But let's go over to our existing vault. So the easiest way to engage with Canvas Candy is to create a new canvas to begin with, and then simply open your stencil folder to the right of your directory or of your canvas. There is one other file that you need to capture, which is O2 stencil index. Make sure you grab this one, go Show in System Explorer, copy that, and then we want to come back to our directory, reveal in System Explorer again, and then paste that into the root, which fixes our link here, and then simply drag our stencil index into our resources folder, which will keep it updated. Now this gives us all of our options inside Canvas Candy for different borders and transparency options that you can do in here. To get these across here, when you click on them, you can copy them and paste them, and you can see that that's come across. You can see that even though it's invisible, it's a square, and when you left click on them to select it, it gives you your cursor to move around in there. It reveals our front matter, which shows that we've got CC border none and CC card transparent, which lets us see that there's no border, it's completely invisible, and we can move it around. Changing CC border none to CC border double, you can see that it's changed it so that we now have a transparent background but with a double border. All of these appear with different CSS calls, so CSS border dotted, coming in here, changing our word from double to dotted, changes our border to dotted. One of my favorites is this rounded look, so CC border rounded gives us a nice round look, and you can use the CC card center to change the location of the text. Now the helpful thing with all of these stencils is this stencil index actually has a number of links to all of the other places that you can go. That can be your diamond section, which lets us drag diamonds into our canvas, and we can then link these with our arrows. We have our parallelograms, which are great for your workflows. And again, when you click on them, they become squares again, and effectively everything in here is a square still. So when you zoom out, you can see that they change into rectangles. If you change the word left to right, suddenly it turns into a right-leaning parallelogram. Now further in here we have our headers and our footers. You can do these with callouts, which you simply do by using a greater than symbol, square brackets, an exclamation mark, and then CC hyphen header. All of our commands here begin with CC. As you can see in our CSS, we have CC for Canvas Candy, CC, and then what you're aiming for. So CC border, and then what you want it to do, and CC card, which is what you want it to do with card. For our callouts, we want it to do CC header, which will make a header up here. You can also do CC footer, which we'll show in just a second. Greater than, square brackets, exclamation mark, CC footer. You will see sometimes that our headers and footers won't appear necessarily completely correctly. That's completely okay. You simply play with it until you get it to show what you want. Now finally, we have our stickers. You can copy and paste these in as much as you want. They are completely linkable using normal Obsidian practices to create our links. The way these work is they look for a file suffix, find the files to be able to list them, so you can add your own here. So for car2, you can see it's got dash cc dash image, and it's of the SVG file type. Opening the folder, you can see every single one of these is an SVG file, which means you can add your own. And so as easy as that, you can drag a car in and you've got your speedometer appearing just like that. And keeping with our stencils page on the side, we can continue to jump around to wherever you like to find exactly what you're looking for. Headers and footers combined, footers in particular, and just copy and paste them to wherever you need them to go inside Canvas Candy. And that includes our ovals, which lets us drop these in here and resize them. If you ever get lost, you can left click on them twice, which will turn it back to a square, because effectively these things are all squares. Even so far as when you're looking for the handles to change it, you have to treat it as an invisible square. But if you ever get lost, you can double click it, it will turn it back to a square, or if you zoom out far enough, it will turn it back to a square as well. Now you can also create these labels to the left and right. These don't play too nice with our headers and footers, but that's not necessarily a problem. You can still combine them however you like, and they use our callouts to get there. So CC label right, CC label left, CC no border. The other one we can do is gradients, which lets us choose our color and add a gradient. So clicking on this one here, you can modify the stencils as well. So if you're not happy with how they look, they're all completely customizable. The other thing that you can do is add rotation into your canvas by using these tags here. You can do that by clicking in one of these boxes. You can see here that we have CC rotate text 270, which means that we have a 90-degree angle with the starting at the bottom. Same deal with 90, it's all standard degrees. And you can also rotate the cards and the text at the same time. Again, they are just squares when you look at them. CC rotate cards, CC rotate text. Now another of the cool things you can do is add transparency to your backgrounds, which lets you overlap different cards and create fancy Venn diagrams, as well as having transparent backgrounds that overlap cleanly over the next cards. And so with all of that in mind, the bonus tip is actually an added beautification that integrates with another of my favorite plugins by Vixane, and that is of course Excalidraw. In creating a drawing in Excalidraw, you can import these into the canvas, which is normal, but you can actually add some Canvas Candy magic to this to enable it to appear in the canvas in new and beautiful ways. Now here's a wonderful Excalidraw that I've created earlier, and we'll open that on the right of our existing canvas. And the way you do this is you go into the markdown view. So if you right click on the file header up here, and click Open as Markdown. You can add a couple of different CSS classes so that our card appears differently. So you use our CC card transparent, canvas candy card transparent, and then canvas candy border none. And then there's an existing or an additional property you can use, which is Excalidraw export transparent, and you set that to true. And then when we click and drag this into our file here, actually see that it's created our drawing as an element with no border, and we can get all of our Excalidraw shapes into Canvas Candy, which means we can do cool things like adding a diamond, which adds and updates as soon as you left click out of the canvas. But you can also do your cool lines and fluid shape manipulation and all of the fancies that can come from drawing whatever you like in Excalidraw. Now for me, I spend a lot of time doing Visio diagrams or diagrams using Excalidraw to present training and presentations and documents in my line of work. And being able to use Obsidian Canvas to create workflow diagrams has really leveled up my game. Have you tried out Canvas Candy yet? What creative uses have you found for it? Let's chat in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on supercharging your note taking. And don't forget to hit the bell to be reminded of all new content. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're interested in Canvas Candy, the link is down below in the description. I hope you join me again in the future, and we'll see you next time. Bye.